Hey everybody, it's Dr. Barron, and I just wanted to post this quick video welcoming you to week 2 of COMM 5800. This is our first week in the semester where we're going to start doing some more intensive reading out of the books. This week we're reading, again, book 1 of Aristotle's On Rhetoric. And whether you're reading this version, this translation by Kennedy, or some other version or translation you might have found online, or some other version, a printed version you might have found for cheaper, that's okay. Again, the goal is not to have a specific reading of this particular book, but just the ideas of Aristotle in On Rhetoric in general. I've posted discussion questions for the week. They do have specific callouts to specific page numbers in the Kennedy translation. But my hope is that as you work your way through, you can find the specific passages that I've referenced or the specific ideas that I've referenced in this week's discussion questions in your own version. So even if you don't have Kennedy, that shouldn't be a reason why you can't do the readings or can't do the discussion questions for the week. The readings should correlate because I'm focusing more on the ideas and less on specific chapters or specific verses or specific pages from this particular version. Now, one of the things I wanted to say as we get into Aristotle's On Rhetoric, and I'm sure those of you that have already started the readings for this week have already encountered this, is that there is a lot of baggage attached to Aristotle's On Rhetoric. Aristotle was a philosopher. Aristotle wrote about a lot of different things. And in the last 2,000 years, his work has taken on a lot of baggage. I want to strip all that away in this course and have you all focus on this not as a philosophical treatise, not as one of the classics in Western thought, but just as a basic manual in how we persuade people. At his core, Aristotle was a person who set up a stall in the marketplace in Athens and sold his services as a teacher to students. He sold his services in terms of how we persuade people, how to be a better public speaker, and how to better address the public through various speech acts, because that was the way people persuaded each other through speech back in the day. Obviously, we don't rely so much on speeches today, but still, these ideas of Aristotle's persuasive attempts, his appeals at rhetoric, or his ideas about how we persuade people still hold true. And so what I want you to do is when you read this, don't think about it as some kind of great canon or part of the Western philosophical canon. Just think of it as a book on persuasion, whether that is the Kennedy translation or any other version or translation of Aristotle's On Rhetoric that you found. How does this particular work help to teach us how Aristotle thinks we should try to persuade people? This is something we will refer back to as the weeks go on. This will serve as the basis for how we talk about persuasion in later parts of this course. So again, everything we read this semester is just about how different people's attempts to think about how we persuade people. Aristotle is no different, and that's how I want you to approach this book, a manual in persuasion, not some deep philosophical treatise that we all have to memorize and know by heart because it is the absolute truth. On a few logistical notes for the course, the discussion questions for week 2 have already been posted. I'm looking at them right here on my screen. And I am working right now to grade your discussion participation for week 1. What I will do is both assign a numeric score out of 30 and also give you some brief feedback on your discussion participation for the week. I try really hard to stay out of discussion in the first week because I really want to see what you all do with discussion questions when I am not involved in everything. After giving everything a brief, quick glance during the first week, I thought everyone did a great job of kind of addressing the questions and getting their ideas out there. Obviously, as I give you feedback, that'll help you to calibrate and reconfigure and refine your discussion participation as the semester goes on. The other thing that I will say is that I'll probably be a little bit more involved in discussions going forward just because I want to help you guide you through these readings and guide you through these questions that I think are the most interesting things to discuss out of these particular parts of the reading. But again, I will do my best to help be a guide for you and help you to refine and better understand these works as we move through them. I hope you all are having a good time with this course. We are just a few days and a week into it. Obviously, there's a long way to go, but what I've seen from you all in this first week has been really heartening, and I hope that you all, again, continue to enjoy the readings. Don't get hung up on the density of some of this stuff, and just find your own means to understand and kind of grasp what these authors are trying to do. Obviously, if you have questions and you need to talk to me, you've got my contact information. And with that, I'll just say I'll see you when I see you through D2L. Again, keep up the good work. I think you've all done a good job of starting discussions in a really positive and constructive way, and I look forward to seeing what you continue to do in this course as the weeks progress. Take care.